Welcome back to Good Evening KU. I'm your host, Fabian.
And I'm Kylan.
So, what's been going on this week?
I've been enjoying the beautiful weather. Have you gone outside at all today?
Yes, it's very it's like a nice temperature, but it would be nice if the wind would calm down.
Right. We had those early days this week that were hot. We got the little taste of summer. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I just drove around with my windows down, playing my summer music from last year.
Yeah.
And then going to class, having all that homework come back.
But you had all the nostalgia, excuse me.
Yeah, but it just, when you come back to class and you have all these assignments, especially we're at the time period where everything's due.
Right, you're cramming for finals, you got those final projects.
Yeah, papers, tests.
Yeah, everything. So
Yeah.
what are some things you like to do to manage all of that?
To manage it, I like to break apart my assignments. So throughout the week, I'm okay, I'll do this part Monday and this part Monday, evenly distribute it throughout the week.
Smart.
So when Friday comes, I don't just have everything due and oh God, I'm just gonna have to
Scrap or race through it.
Yeah. Do you have any?
I wasn't really good at studying. I really didn't know how. So one of my favorite things to do is write a list, of course, break them up into even parts like you do. And then I like to go to the library at least one day a week and just make myself sit down. And it seems that I'm getting so much more done now.
Yeah. Because I also like to turn off my phone completely so I can just set that away, don't get distracted by anything else.
Right. Actually, one of my teachers was telling me that if you have your phone on the table, even if you're not touching it or using it, you're still distracted by it.
Yeah.
You're still apt to grab after it, which is interesting.
Yeah. So anything else this week?
There's a couple of things going on at the school, actually. Since we're both in the School of Journalism, and all other journalism students, staff, alumni, are all welcome to the hot dog lunch tomorrow at the Clarkson Gallery. They're also having the William White Day National Citation of Awards and Scholarship Ceremony, and that's going to be at the Woodruff Auditorium at 3 p.m. tomorrow.
All right, I'm excited for the hot dogs tomorrow.
Yeah, and it'll be nice because, well, actually it's going to be kind of cool tomorrow. We're looking at
Yeah,
weather.
We're going to hear it later from Gabe with the weather, but it's supposed to get cold this weekend.
I know. Such a dramatic, it's summer and then back to spring.
Yeah, in my car, I got in, it was wow, it's very hot in here. I turned on the AC the first time since September. And then just going back to this weekend where everything's gonna be cold and everybody's gonna have jackets on again.
Watching the spring game, which is also this weekend.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if you want to go out and check that out, they're having the spring football game. Did you see on the news that there was the black hole pictures that finally came out?
Yeah, that's terrifying.
What do you think about that? I mean,
an amazing discovery by science, but is there one close? How big is it compared?
it's 6.5 billion times the sun.
Perfect, great.
So who knows what's in there, you know?
So my anxiety is already gonna be up.
I mean, I don't know, the aliens might come now that we've seen where they go. I'm just kidding. But it could be interesting.
Yeah, but it's far away from us.
Well, maybe we'll have some KU Jayhawks that'll find more information about the sun, or the black holes, and we'll learn more about that later.
Also, have you seen the weird segue, but the new trailer for the Lion King movie?
No, I haven't yet. Have you?
I have, and I mean, I'm not too excited for it.
Really?
Well, because I've seen the old one, but I'm really excited for Donald Glover and Beyonce.
Beyonce, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
But do you feel like you're not excited because you grew up with the old Lion King, and because it's live action now?
Well, since
Live
right now we're going, I feel pop culture and old TV shows and movies are just going through the remakes and the a revival of different shows.
All
and,
the Disney Channel shows, everybody's posting that they're going to be coming back.
Yeah, because Raven's Home came back.
David Henry from Wizards of Waverly Place was posting teasers. I can't talk today.
Yeah, I saw that too. And then Drake and Josh is announcing a new one. It's at some point it's just gonna get it's too
a
much.
Boy Meets World, Girl Meets World kind of or the Fuller House thing.
Yeah, which is not great.
Well, I'm excited, just like you said, to see Beyonce and Donald Glover, and it might be interesting. It might be the first live action movie I like that. So, any other plans for the week?
Not really. It's just this week I feel it's gonna it's still a somewhat calm week before we enter the storm.
The chaos.
The chaos that is college.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you in finishing up your finals and all you other Jayhawks. Thanks for watching.
For students searching for a way to stay active in an outdoorsy way, the City of Lawrence has bike trails running in every direction, and with the new bike share program, we can stay in shape as we tour the sights of our beautiful city. Clinton Lake is only a short 30-minute bike ride away from Daisy Hill and has the most incredible sunset location in all of Lawrence. Walking campus may give you the KU calves, but biking can give you the KU thighs. Bike Lawrence today.
Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Molly Whisker, and I'm here interviewing Rachel Witt and Grady Petit about Ranger Buddy that happened this past weekend, and they both won for the co-ed. And so yeah, they're just going to talk about their experience and how their win was.
Okay, so basically we started out with a 15K ruck, so it's about 9.2 miles of carrying 35 pounds in a backpack, and we had like a vest on and a little fake rifle with us. Basically we're just chugging along. It's 3 laps, so it's a 5K for each lap, and the first lap we just kind of go our fastest and try to like get that gap between all the rest of the teams. And the second lap, we just kind of try to maintain that same effort, but kind of slow down a little bit. And then that third lap, we're just trying to get through. It's like we're super tired, but we try to get through that as quick as we can.
And I have a quick question for you. Where was this taking place?
This was at Rimrock Farm, just north of Lawrence.
Awesome.
So a lot of cross-country meets happen there. KU just kind of owns that land, so it's basically our turf there.
Nice.
Yeah, so on those hills, Grady was just like pushing me physically to get through that, and we were just like vocally like just expressing our
getting each other
yeah,
through it.
like oh my god, yeah.
Awesome.
And then after that, we took off our rucks, and then we just headed straight to 3 different lanes that had a bunch of tasks within them. So if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, there's 3 different lanes, and each lane has 3 or 4 events in it. So the first lane we went to the far side. Farthest away from where we finished was the combat lane, where we set up. These are all fake. We're not throwing real grenades, obviously. We're not setting up real claymores, not doing real rocket launchers, but there's an AT-4 rocket launcher. There's a, set up a claymore and then throw grenades. And then I think there's maybe one more. Oh, map reading. That was the first lane. And the grenades actually got a lot of teams out.
Like 75%.
Oh,
they got a lot of teams out. Yeah, you had 5 grenades for 2 targets.
Okay.
And the first target was 35 meters away, and there was like a 5-meter.
Yeah, and he threw that on the first try.
Awesome.
So that was all good.
So that gave us some breathing room. And then there was a target 20 meters away, 15, 20.
Yeah, 20, and then it had like a little bunch of sandbags around it, so you have to get it like inside that. Gotcha. And the first 2 tries, I missed like by a little bit, and then that third one was when I actually got it in. And so we had 1 to spare. So that one really like was kind of a victory for us.
We were generally sure.
Yeah, because we didn't even practice grenades beforehand. So
really? Okay.
we just kind of went with our faith with that one.
So since you guys were on the co-ed team, I know there was 3 teams or groups, like female, male, and co-ed. Yeah. Did you guys have to switch off on a lot of the lanes, or was one of you allowed to take more control of?
So he actually did the AT-4 grenade launcher by himself, because it was only 1 person that needed to do it. So with Claymore, like he put it out, I took it back. So it was kind of divided, mostly even.
Awesome.
So like if we were trying to assemble, disassemble a machine gun or something, like I would be the one disassembling it, doing the clearing, and then he would be assembling it and functions checking it. Yeah,
we practiced those a lot. The first lane was the weapons lane. That was do a range card for a machine gun, which is just like something that you write out the distance, direction, range, right?
That was the one where I was mostly
I was sketched about that.
Yeah, because it was just the most like...
And you're already like under physical stress. And
yeah, we had just gotten done with the ruck when we did that. Yes. And we heard something that we've never heard before when they were giving us directions, so we got really confused. Thrown off.
Okay.
Yeah, but then the rest of the lane was the machine guns that we had practiced a lot. We had, in the MSB, we practiced those all that week, and we got really fast and proficient though. So that was good.
Awesome. And then, what was the last part of the whole event?
So after all of that, there was a mystery event. So it was a sprint drag carry. So that's going to be part of the new Army Combat Fitness test. So
Wow.
basically you just like sprint 20 meters and back, and then pull a sled with like 90 pounds on it and
Wow.
back, then carry 2 40-pound dumbbells and back, shuffle and back, and then sprint and back. And then we did our 5K run. And at that point, we're just trying to get done. And so by the time we finished, the second place team actually hadn't even started their 5K yet.
Awesome.
So I think by the end of it all, we were almost an hour
I
ahead.
think it was 50 minutes.
incredible.
Yeah, 50-something minutes
That was about the
ahead.
second team, which was from Boulder, and we were even farther ahead from
The
the
third.
team from
Yeah.
Mizzou, Rock Chalk. I'm looking at Rock Chalk. We beat Mizzou.
Awesome.
She beat them last year, and we beat them again this year by a really large margin. So
Yeah.
I'm happy about that.
And there were only 2 co-ed teams that actually passed the whole competition itself
Nice.
without getting any like no-go marks.
Okay.
And if we had competed in the male teams, we would have gotten second.
That's amazing.
So yeah, I felt pretty good
Represent
about
the
that.
ladies.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much. Congratulations. I hope you kill it again next year and have a great rest of your semester.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back. I'm Meg.
And I'm Max. This is your Wednesday Good Evening KU News Brief.
Today it was announced that scientists discovered a long-lost cousin of the human species. Several bones of this newly found but long extinct creature were found in a cave in an island off the Philippines called Luzon. The fossils of the tiny human-like creature were said to be about 50,000 to 67,000 years old. The creatures may have been about 3 feet tall, which is about the size of the Hobbit from the fictional books and movies. The new species is named Homo luzonens and is regarded to the island in which the fossils were found.
A new phenomenon is coming to Kansas City by storm, and it is dangerous and deadly. It is called thunderstorm asthma. Thunderstorm asthma is caused by a dynamic airflow during storms combined with pollen. The pollen count in Kansas City is ranging from high to moderate right now, with spring almost in full swing. The thunderstorm asthma can happen when a storm hits and pollen levels are high. Some health experts think that thunderstorm asthma has become a bigger problem due to more air pollution and climate change. Those who experience trouble breathing or have asthma should be wary when going outside during or directly after a thunderstorm.
2 men, J.B. Larry and John W. Brown, were charged with human trafficking, rape, and kidnapping yesterday. Lori, 44, and Brown, 51, had been scheduled to have preliminary hearings in Douglas County District Court, where their alleged victim would have been called to the witness stand. Instead, both waived those hearings and pleaded not guilty to all their charges.
Another exciting finish in what some are calling the best NCAA championship game ever. Virginia found a way to come back and yet again and knocked off Texas Tech 85-77 in overtime. It's a complete redemption for the Cavaliers, who last year became the first ever #1 seed to lose it to a 16 seed in the first round. They accepted ownership of that heartbreaking loss and came from behind in 3 straight games to win their first national championship.
The men's golf team placed 3rd at last weekend's Irish Creek Intercollegiate in North Carolina. Senior Charlie Hiller shot a 4 under par to finish tied for 7th place, while junior Andy Spencer and sophomore Ben Siegel each shot 2 under and tied for 14th. As a team, KU finished 9 under, just 1 stroke behind Ohio State. Next up for the Jayhawks is the Great River Entertainment Invitational hosted by the University of Iowa.
KU junior Dedrick Lawson is declared for the NBA draft. Lawson, a junior from Memphis, averaged 19 points and 10 rebounds while recording 22 double-doubles in his lone season with the Jayhawks. A source close to the Lawson family said that his intention was to hire an agent, which increases the likelihood that moving on from the university is his final decision. Lawson joins as many as 6 players from the 2018-2019 Jayhawks that could be moving on from the program.
And that will wrap it up for today's news update. Stay tuned after the break. Gabe will be back with the weather update.
shop local in the heart of the city, you support the people that make our community thrive. The money you spend here stays here, in this place we call our home. Lawrence, Kansas, where there's good old-fashioned hometown pride. Eat local, drink local, shop local.
Welcome back. So right now I'm right by the Campanile overlooking the football stadium. It's as you can see, it's empty now, but on Saturday they're hoping it's gonna, be full. Lots of people here for the late night under the lights and the Rick Ross concert, obviously. Right now it's 85 degrees. It's partly cloudy, but it's pretty windy. We have a wind advisory thing until 7 o'clock tonight, so it's still a nice day, but very windy. Tomorrow temperatures are gonna drop towards around the 50s and be like that all the way through Sunday. So for the game on Saturday, the spring game, it'll be around 55 degrees during the day, but as kickoffs gets closer, it'll drop down to mid 30s. So definitely bring a jacket for the game. Hope everyone will be out here. It'll be exciting. Spring football game, Rick Ross concert, so it'll be a long night. So yeah, definitely dress accordingly. It'll be windy as well, so it's been all week. But again, so that's all the weather I have. Keep watching next week, and we'll see as the weather progresses. And thank you.